Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. RHOC, Shannon Beador's ex's harassing texts revealed in court. RHOC star, Shannon Beador's ex-husband, David Beador's harassing texts have been revealed in court. He and his estranged wife, Leslie Beador, are currently embroiled in a temporary restraining order situation. So what did the texts say, and how horrific are they? Keep reading for more details. When Shannon Beador was married to David Beador, they were not in a good space. There were so many struggles, and he eventually cheated on her. Luckily, they reconnected and recommitted, which helped their 3 daughters, Sophie, Adeline, and Stella. Unfortunately, it was not enough to keep them together, and they divorced with him moving on. He married Leslie Beador, and they had a daughter together. They seemed happy enough until it became combative, and it appeared that they were headed for divorce. Allegations flew, and the two were splitting and getting back together regularly. A little over a year ago, restraining orders were filed, but then they looked like they were trying again. Now that has all changed, and Leslie is back to the temporary restraining order. According to In Touch Weekly, Leslie shared texts between herself and David to help her case. It all started when he accused Leslie of having feelings for her ex, Eric's, which she has vehemently denied. Eric's came by the couple's home to get their 2 children when David supposedly lashed out at him. Per Leslie, all the children were present and witnessed David's behavior toward Eric's. It was very scary. I recorded this whole incident and will provide the videos to the court. All my children are terrified by David's behavior. After this incident, I received about 59 harassing texts from David in a row telling me I was having sex with him, I should go have sex with him, and was accusing me of all kinds of things that could never be possible. David truly needs help. He gets in an obsessive mania state. When it came to David's text to Leslie, he claims she and Eric's referred to him as a monster. Shannon Beador's ex-husband continued to add, "You both stealing from me to support your baby daddy. I'm setting a boundary." To that, Leslie Beador had this to say, "Great, you're sick. So toxic. I'm leaving you." David seemingly did not care as he gave her a goodbye and ended it. However, it was not over, and David Beador had more to text. "You might be right, I have PTSD from you 2 lovebirds, and your continued attacks on how I caused all the strife in your 2's lives, because I felt your baby daddy should pay child support for your 2 children, and you 2 both felt I should happily pay, and let off to spend his money on himself. At the end of the day, I am to blame because should pay child support, you said that over and over." During their additional texts, David Beador told Leslie Beador to get a job while their daughter was at school. He used to ask Shannon Beador what she did during the day while he was off at work, so it's history repeating itself. Leslie suggested that he seek professional help and begged for him to stop harassing her. He did bring up Shannon in an earlier communication where he referred to his ex as a saint in comparison to Leslie. The couple has a hearing in October, but for now, there's a restraining order. Time will tell how these texts will play into the ultimate decision. RHOC star Shannon Beador found herself in the spotlight for more than just her on-screen drama recently. In a surprising turn of events, her tumultuous relationship with ex-boyfriend Janssen took a dark twist when his harassing text messages were revealed in court. The once loving couple, who shared moments of joy and heartbreak on the Real Housewives of Orange County, is now embroiled in a legal battle that has left fans and onlookers stunned. The love story that turned sour. Shannon and John's romance initially seemed like a refreshing new chapter for the RHOC star, especially after her bitter divorce from David Beador. Fans of the show watched as Shannon opened her heart to John, who appeared to be everything she needed after enduring years of turmoil in her previous marriage. They left together, traveled, and often seemed to be each other's rock through the ups and downs of life in the public eye. However, cracks began to show in their relationship as Shannon's insecurities and John's emotional distance played out on screen. What started as minor disagreements slowly escalated into heated arguments, with Shannon often feeling neglected and John growing increasingly withdrawn. Despite these challenges, they continued to date, maintaining a united front, at least in the eyes of the public. The breakup that shocked everyone. In early 2024, Shannon confirmed what many had feared. Her relationship with John was over. The news came as a shock to RHOC fans, especially since the two had seemed inseparable for much of the previous year. But it wasn't the breakup that sent waves through the Real Housewives community. It was what followed. Rumors began circulating that the split hadn't been as amicable as it first seemed. Whispers of John's controlling behavior and Shannon's emotional unraveling started to emerge, leaving many to wonder if there had been more to their relationship than met the eye. These suspicions were confirmed when Shannon filed a restraining order against John, citing harassment and emotional abuse. The harassing text messages. As the court case progressed, the most explosive revelation came when Shannon presented a series of harassing text messages that John had allegedly sent her during and after their breakup. The messages, which were read aloud in court, painted a disturbing picture of a man who had become obsessed with controlling Shannon's life, even after their relationship had ended. In one particularly chilling message, John accused Shannon of ruining his life and threatened to expose private details about their relationship to the media if she didn't comply with his demands. "You think you can just walk away from me? After everything I've done for you, I will make sure everyone knows the real Shannon Beador," one text read, hinting at a possible smear campaign that John had allegedly planned. Other texts were filled with manipulative language, with John repeatedly attempting to guilt Shannon into meeting him or responding to his calls. "I can't believe you're ignoring me after all we've been through. You owe me an explanation, Shannon. Don't think you can just ghost me," one message stated, while another threatened more sinister consequences. "If you don't answer me, I'll come to your house. You can't hide from me forever." The messages revealed a pattern of emotional manipulation and harassment that had left Shannon feeling trapped and scared. According to her testimony, the harassment didn't stop at text messages. John had reportedly shown up unannounced at her home and places she frequented, further escalating her fear and anxiety. Shannon's emotional testimony. Taking the stand, Shannon appeared visibly shaken as she recounted the emotional toll John's behavior had taken on her. "I never expected things to end like this," she said, her voice cracking with emotion. "We had our problems, but I thought we could at least part ways respectfully. I never imagined he would turn into someone I didn't recognize." Shannon described the constant fear she felt after receiving John's messages, detailing how she had changed her daily routine to avoid running into him. "I stopped going to places we used to visit together. I even considered moving just to get away from him. It felt like I was being watched, like no matter where I went, he was always lurking in the background." Her testimony was heartbreaking, revealing the extent of the psychological torment she had endured. "I just want to feel safe again," she said through tears. "I want to move on with my life without constantly looking over my shoulder." The impact on Shannon's life. The court case has had a profound impact on Shannon's life, both personally and professionally. As a long-standing cast member of RHOC, she has always been open about the highs and lows of her personal life. But this level of vulnerability, where she was forced to expose the darkest parts of her relationship, was something entirely different. Friends and co-stars have rallied around Shannon, offering their support during this difficult time. Tamra Judge, one of Shannon's closest friends on the show, spoke out publicly in defense of her, calling the situation heartbreaking and condemning John's actions. "No one deserves to be treated the way Shannon has been," Tamra said in a statement. "She's been through enough, and it's time for her to find peace." Shannon's fans have also shown their unwavering support, flooding her social media with messages of love and encouragement. Many expressed their outrage over John's behavior, calling for him to be held accountable for the emotional abuse he had allegedly inflicted on Shannon. The legal outcome. As the court case continues to unfold, Shannon remains hopeful that justice will be served. Her restraining order against John has been extended, and she is seeking legal action to prevent him from contacting her in any form going forward. The case has also sparked a larger conversation about emotional abuse and harassment, with many RHOC viewers praising Shannon for her bravery in coming forward. For Shannon, this legal battle represents more than just a fight for her personal safety. It's a chance to reclaim her life and finally put the past behind her. "I'm ready to move on," she said outside the courtroom. "This has been one of the hardest experiences of my life, but I know I'm strong enough to get through it. I have an amazing support system, and I'm grateful for everyone who stood by me." As the dust begins to settle, one thing is clear. Shannon Beador is a survivor, and she's not letting her past define her future.